Hi guys, it's Candace. Welcome back. Okay, so this is inspired by Dee Dee Farago. I'm going to have to go, pull my sleeves up. I'm going to have to find her video. So if it might take me after I get it posted to add it to there. But alright, so this is what we're going to be doing this here. This is an extra little tag that came from the Spring Sings kit. I just put some Nuvo drops all around where the flowers were. Put some lime green dots here. Put some green silk up there, and then put a little iridescent in the middle there, just so that will go in here. Now, you say, what is this? Just a pocket? No, it is dun, 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 dun. And then you write all in here, and then it folds back up, and then this has a little hidden pocket in here that I put. Hold on, let me trim this piece of silk. And it's just a, whatever that is, Project Life grid card that I put on here, and that just goes in there. You can decorate it if you want, but otherwise it's just extra journaling spot. And then it flips up, and then I added this on here so we could decorate it. Put a little small piece of ephemera on there, and we still have room for something else once we get going. And then it just tucks back into itself, and that is that pocket that we're going to make. All right, so we move this out of the way, and you're gonna need your big scoreboard if you have one. If not, just use your ruler and your scoring tool. But I brought out the Bahama Mama scoring thing so I can do my scores. Alright, so now I'm going to make sure that I'm in frame. So this is a double-sided. This is from the kit. And so when you do this, I wrote on here, make sure. Yeah, anyway, I just wrote on pencil on the very bottom because I want my embroidery flowers to be on the left. But if you notice when I flip it over, my front page is backwards. It's going to be facing downwards. So you just want to make sure that you're facing downwards, so that way when you flip it over, your flowers or whatever directional pattern you have is going the right way. If you don't have a directional pattern, then you don't need to worry about it. But since I do have a directional pattern, I need to make sure that I'm there. And I have my little prototype cheat sheets over here. So, all right. So we're going to put it up against the wall, and I back it off, I mean just a minute hair. I mean just a little bit. And then I'm going to score it 2 1/8. Gently go over it twice. And then I'm going to rotate it around and do the same over here. Put it up against the wall and literally come off of it like a hair. And then I'm going to do another 2 1/8. Oops. And in my mouth, not paying attention. Not feeling the groove. Alright, and let me see if I can go back, since I accidentally fell out of that hole. Okay, so then we're going to put it back to where our bottom's on the bottom. And then we're going to put our bottom, we're going to put our bottom to the left. Like I said, I just always back it out just a hair. And we're going to score it at 3 1/2. And then this is actually going to be 4 1/2, but since we're on a 3 1/2, then we're going to go, because this is our half, and then we're going to go to 8, because that'll be our 4 1/2. All right, and then I'm going to put this scoreboard up, so I have, oh gosh, a mess. I know, I'm just stacking stuff behind me. All right, my sleeves are falling down. Okay, so now where's my bottom? Here's my bottom. So we just need to make sure that we have the right side paper, because this is going to be our outside. So we're going to fold this in on the score line. And then we're going to fold this one in on the score line. And then our centers, they don't touch all the way, but they're close enough. And that's just because now I found if I actually bump it up against the wall and do it at 2 1/8. Is this the one that I had? You end up with, you know, a little more gap. So if you don't mind, I mean, this is a little more gap here, but my other one, I don't know where it is. Maybe it's the one that I actually did. Hold on, let me just look and see if by chance it's over here. Nope. Okay. I put it somewhere. Oh. This is what happens if you do it exactly at 2 1/8, 2 1/8 button up against there, and if you move it in, it does a little more. So don't ask me why. That's what happens. I could have not been paying attention. That is a good possibility. But okay, so we scored them at 2 1/8, bumped them over a little bit. Now, oh, before we get going, hey, hope you're having a good day. I hope this helps bring some creativity to you. And if you do, if you saw Dee Dee's, hers is done a little bit different, and I'm going to kind of show you one of hers in a minute for what I remember what she did, because it's been a long time. I thought I was going to, you know, get this done, do my little inspired by, and then move on. But nope, life happened in between. Okay, so we're going to fold up the bottom and score it. And then sometimes your little, you know, paper just is not even. So I'm just going to cut that little bit off because it's going to make me feel better later. All right. And then we have that. And then we're going to come and fold the top part down and go ahead and score it. So we have some, I know I'm supposed to use this part. I just use whatever on my scoring thing. And then if you could tell, there's a little bit up there. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my hair off and then come over on this side. Oh, hold on. Had an itch on my face. And take, I know, I need to be able to see, and take another little hair off there. All right. So, and then you'll see a little bit on the inside, but I'd rather see, oops, there you go, the little of the inside than the other way around. All right. So now we're going to cut in here. So if you don't mind, you know, cutting them separately, that's fine. But I have found if I kind of fold it and put them together and cut them at the same time, you know, don't bend this so much that you're going to get a crease in there. But, and then just come in and do a little angle there, and little angle there, so you're only cutting that itty bitty bit out. But if you put them together like that, then your sides will match. I know, but if you don't care if your sides don't match, then go for it. Now see, after all of that stuff, I obviously did not cut this back. It must have been flipping, you know, I didn't go inside it. I must have put my scissors on just the one, because it was not even. All right, now, so there's my wedge, because I only cut the top part. So now we're going to take a book page. I thought I had an extra one. Oh, here's one. Okay, we're going to get a book page, and we're just going to fold it to wherever is close to this that you want. Now, if you want to measure and go for all that, go for it. But I'm just doing my page, maybe my cow, And then we need to, oops, let's see how wide we need to cut. Not quite 4 1/4. That's what we ended up with. So let me come in here and cut it not quite 4 1/4. Okay. And then we'll bring it back and put a little mark so we know where we need to cut it for the tops of our, well, actually I need to cut it, I need to mark it since we have that little divot. Oh my gosh, little girl's outside barking. That dog drives me crazy. All right, that's going to be okay because it's not that much. So we're going to cut it on that line that we did. Maybe I'll cut it on the inside of that line. All right, now we want it to be like this because this is going to be our other pocket on the inside, because we still need to be able to tuck through here, but I wanted a pocket because I just didn't want to, you know, waste this. So I have found it's much easier to go ahead and ink. I know you won't see this, but just in case some of the top does, but this back side we will definitely be seeing through there. So it's easier to ink this right here now, however you want it. And then on the bottom, just so, because some of that's going to show on the, you know, where you're, we're tucking it in. Okay, so then, ooh, I need some water. Then we're going to glue the sides down. Well, I left my glue undone for too long. And then just some glue on this side. And I'm going to squish it down. Okay, and while that's taking a minute, like I said, it's easier to go ahead and ink these while it's open. Okay, so we just inked those. Oh man, I'll have to tape my sleeves up or something. All right, so we inked that and that. I don't want that like there. Okay, so this is my top. Make sure I got it right. That's my back. All right, so now we're going to lay it down so the folds at the bottom, and then just you're going to have a little bit of space on either side for it to fold over. So just kind of hold it and then put your glue on your flap. This might need to go up just a hair. Okay. Yep, John definitely did too much yesterday. And, yeah, he was a wore-out puppy. But he wanted to go. He got up, you know, about an hour later than usual. And he said then he started feeling better. So he took a shower. He said then he started feeling better. So he's like, I'll just go to work. So that fool went to work. But yeah, he came home, oh, I'm so tired. I'm like, you should have took off one more day. Oh, well, I did, you know, I did a lot of work at my desk. I said, well, you could have did it from home because he can remote in and all that good stuff. But nope, he had to go because they had an ice cream social. So he had to go be social. But yeah, did not take a lunch break yesterday. So this is why I get upset. Didn't take a lunch break yesterday. Ate one hard-boiled egg for the day. And now he's, you know, he can eat a little better, but he's having more problems swallowing liquid. So we got to look into something that could maybe thicken his the water, because it just doesn't go down now. It's really weird. I'm just told him maybe, you know, you just got to give it some time. You got to learn how to do it. So we're going to wait a minute for the glue to dry so we can poke our hole. But yeah, so, but yeah, wore his little booty out yesterday. I told him so. I was like, yep. I said, you know, I told you you should have stayed home one more day. Just one day. And, you know, just got your sea legs back on. But, oh well. He did his thing. Okay, so now I'm going to take my 2-inch punch, and I want to put it in here. Well, I want to leave this pocket, the back of the pocket tuck in there, and then I'm going to put my hole punch in here to punch this out. And, you know, like I said, if you don't have a 2-inch one, you have a smaller one, then, you know, use whichever you have, or you can cut it out with your scissors instead. And then we're just going to do that, just so you know that there's a pocket in there. All right. Hey, I made hit the trash can on that. Woohoo! And then we'll just go ahead and, well, I know it's fiddly. I think I need to put a little dot of glue on here, because obviously my glue did not catch on there. Y'all, I swear, I just thought I heard, I gotta listen to see if there's something else in that flue down here. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, so now we're gonna go around and just ink all of our parts and pieces. Now, I did not ink the inside. Well, I ink around, but I did not ink all the creases, just so you have your, you know, writing spot. But if you want to, you know, fold everything and ink all your creases on the inside, then that's up to you. Do you. Okay, so we have that. Oh, and we got to do all these. I know. And for those of you who don't ink, you don't have to do any of this. But I'm an inker, because I'm a stinker. I like to think while I ink. Okay. Yeah, we might need to go out there and check that flue pipe. It might have loosened in that crazy storm we had. Oh, good God. Yes, so anyway, I was telling you about, you know, my little hospital thing. So at 7:30 that, you know, and on Wednesday evening, they still hadn't brought John up to his room, and, you know, the weather's getting bad. I mean, it's you know, just getting bad. And so I, you know, walked down the hall and was kind of just looking around the bed, and this other lady who, you know, and I'm telling you, those nurses at Vanderbilt University are awesome. They are the nicest, the sweetest, and they at least don't let you look like a total fool. They do ask you, you know, can I help you? Do you need something? You know, so I told them, I said, oh no, don't worry. I said, you know, you're not my husband's nurse. I said, I'm just kind of, you know, waiting. I said, the storm's coming in. I'm getting a little nervous. And she's like, oh no, come on. She says, let me bring you to the front desk here. You know, she said, they're the shift nurses. And she says, they can help you with anything that you need. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So, you know, she brought me over to the main part, and I explained to the girls that, you know, I hate to bother you, blah, 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 blah. But I'm starting to get a little nervous because, you know, storm's picking up. and I really do have 2 hours to drive, and I just could not leave without seeing John and telling him goodbye, and just because. All right, so we're gonna fold these down on both sides. So they're like, they pull this stuff up. She goes, "Oh, we see he was done at 5:30." I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "He was done at 5:30," and I said, you know, it's 7:30, and I said he's been out of recovery officially since 6, because I mean, not even 6, because, you know, he wasn't really under. It was, you know, they did the surgery with basically some, I don't know, some good la drug, but he was awake the whole time, so they could get him to, you know, talk and turn his neck and do everything, because they carved this disc in. I mean, his throat is literally 4 inches sliced around. So they went in and they carved this thing and kept putting it in and out while they asked him to talk and count and everything, and then carved it enough to where it, you know, it got to where it was sounded close to him. And because even the doctor was like, "Yeah," he said, "I got it in that spot." He's like, "Oh, hey, that sounds like me." And so you know, they got all that done. And he was fine. You know, he could come right back up. But they just a little understaffed in the transport department, because they were waiting for somebody to go get him to transport him back up, to you know, carry him back. So, all right. I know. I'm going to finish the story. And then this is going to go, well, anyway, if you want to look at it this way, we're going to look at it this way again. So this opens up, so you can journal. And then it folds. I guess I'll go ahead and ink here. Why not? It's on the outside. I know. Okay. And then that folds in. And then this is our pocket. Excuse me. I got the froggy today. And then it's going to tuck in. When you open it up, you'll see here, and that's why we've got that fold, that why we folded that thing, so that way when it opens you only have this hole to tuck it in, instead of the other. Now if you don't have enough book page and you got 2 scraps, glue them together. Oops. Okay, and then it tucks in like that, and so there's that. And then I took a piece of the coordinating paper, the green that's in the kit, and let me see, is this one? This is a scrap from the first one I did, and actually, this one I might need to cut. I mean, literally a hair off the edge. But and this measures whatever it goes across. So this is 4 1/4, and then by 2 inches is what I did for my outside pocket. And then let me see. Do I want to? Yep, there's a bird in the flue. Okay, I guess we'll be birding it. Alright, so I'm going to do it this way. I know, got to make my mind up. So let me come in here and just poke a little hole. Now, if you don't want the little thumb hole on here, then just leave it as it is. Oh, and then I'll go get this started to upload. And then we're going to have to go out in the back and take this fire flue off so this crazy bird can escape. Oh, dear God. Or whatever's in there. Usually a bird. I know that last time John's like, there could be a bat in there. I'm like, oh, no, it can't. Oh, man. So this is how it's going to be, huh? Every time. Alright, and this is printed on the 45-pound paper. So that's why I'm not backing it with anything. And then we'll just put that on there, and that's our little front pocket. So anyway, they called down there to recovery, and told them what my situation was and wanted to know if there was any way I could come down there. Because, I mean, John literally was like the only one left in there. I mean, it was a little strange. I don't know what what was going on. But, so, they're like, sure, she can come down here. And, you know, and she can poke her head in there and she can talk to him for just a minute. She said, but, you know, she can't stay in there. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm good with that. And, so, that's what they let me do. I went down there and, you know, told him, you know, he was like, I can't believe you're here. You know, I mean, he's, you know, still talking. I mean, he's able to talk, you know, even after that. And then this is, this size card from the All Things Pink that I was just using for a journaling card. And so, he's like, I can't believe you're still here. And because he told me, he's like, you know, he said, if you got to, before he went in, he's like, if you got to go before I get done, he says, I'll be okay. Just come back later. I'm like, I'm not coming back. You know, I'm sorry. I'm going home. I'm staying home. And, he's like, oh, okay. No, you know, no. It's not like it was a major invasive surgery thing. He was going to be just fine. So, but, and see, that goes in there, and then we'll decorate it and everything like that. So, they let me go down there, and I go down there, and, you know, he's like, I can't believe you're here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, you sound so much better already. And I said, you know, I told him, so there's a storm coming. He said, I know. He said, I heard those nurses talk. He said, I knew you were gone. And I'm like, no. I said, I told you I was going to see you before I left. And so then I said, I've got to go. I mean, it literally was 5 minutes. So, you know, I took my little after surgery photo, because, you know, I always have to take pictures of him. We have like the John surgery album thing. And so I took my little photo and showed him. He's like, oh, because, you know, he didn't know that's what he looks like. And he's like, oh. And I said, well, I got to go. And I said, text me, let me know when you get a room. And I said, I'll text you when I get home. Y'all, oh my God. I mean, the winds were so bad because, I mean, it was the outer part of the storm was already coming through. And, you know, my truck, you know, I have a Yukon. I'm looking in here to see if I have anything to decorate here, if I'm going to have to print something else. You know, my Yukon, oh, it's too much green on green. My Yukon, she's, you know, she's a heavy truck. And man, that thing was blowing me. Oh, I kind of like the blue. And that wind was blowing me in that truck. You know, I hate when I mean, it's raining, and when you drive and the wind comes around, and it pulls you over into the other lane, and you're like, oh God, and you just pray there's no other car next to you, and that's what I hate. That's why I do not like driving in weather like that. And I was just trying to beat that storm, you know, coming home, because it was supposed to, you know, okay, I like that one too. It's supposed to come through between 9 and 10 was the big part. Well, thank God it didn't come until 9:45. So, you know, I hurried up. I got on the road, and, you know, I don't like to drive fast, even in rain and stuff, but I had it on 65, and trust me, that was fast for me. Just had the death grip on the steering wheel. Just hold, you know, because you got to have the death grip, because, you know, when the wind comes and gets you, you got to stay on your side of the road. And so let me ink around here. And then, so, you know, I get home, and I didn't even, you know, like, get the mail or nothing. I'm like, oh no, you know, I mean, you could just feel it. It was getting worse and worse and worse. And so I got home, got the dogs out, and literally, I made it before the storm. I say 10 minutes, but probably 8 minutes before the storm came. It was unbelievable that I made it in this house, got those dogs out to do their business, and got back in before the skies opened up. And man, oh, and our poor screen door, it's busted. Oh, I mean, it just broke it in like 4 pieces. I mean, just snapped one side in half where the knob is, took the top, finished taking the top off because it had, you know, already gotten loose from our last storm that we had. And yeah, it's officially what they call it, a Dutch door, you know, half of it. So there's just the bottom half of the screen door that is functioning, and the rest of it is just, it's gone. And John's like, oh, we can repair that. I said, you need to just wait and see when you get home. And so when he got home, I said, "Oh, go look at that screen door." He says, "Well, we might have to be rebuilding one." I'm like, making one from scratch. I'm like, I know. I said, that was some serious, serious weather. So that's one little tuck thing. And let me see. I know, we always have some scraps around here. Oh, those got paper clips on them. They're spoken for. Oh, let me see. We have this. Will this fit on here? Yeah, but I don't know. I don't like that brown. So, but yep, I literally made it home in the nick of time. It was unbelievable. And I don't know. I don't think I want any pink on there. But yeah, and then, when I got home, I was trying to get the dogs out. We lost power twice within that 8 minutes that I was home. So on the second time when the lights came on, I'm getting all my candles out because I'm like, oh God, it's gonna be one of those nights. So I'm getting all my candles out, and I'm looking for something to put on the back of here. I'll get all my candles out, get them lit, because it's like I said, it's gonna be one of those nights, and that's not even worth putting on there. Ooh, but that's kind of pretty on there. Oh no, might. And so we got all the candles lit, so that way if the lights go out, I got my main flashlight that I usually do when the storms come. I got it all ready. And I wonder if I wanted to pink. And the dogs were like, "Oh, thank God you came home. I just knew you weren't coming home." Like I said, Rusty was freaking out because, it had already started to get a little rough out there. But, yeah. So, I made it home. John made it through surgery. He finally got up there. He said that they, wheeled him up at 8:15. So, but let me tell you, if I'd have waited till after he got wheeled up there and in his room, there's no way I would not have made it. I'd have been stuck underneath the overpass because I'm big, chicken little. I do not like to drive in that stuff. And then there's crazy people passing you at 80, 90 miles an hour in that wind, and I'm like, oh God, y'all are just nuts. But it's not just you driving; it's the crazy people that drive on the road that don't pay attention that you have to watch out for. I mean, seriously, defensive driving. All right. Ooh. Okay. So that's going to be our other little spot here. And I know on the other one I did... Oh, no. Kind of liking... Maybe I'll save that for my green one because, this one's all pink. And the other one that I'm going to kind of quickly do is the other. So I'm going to go ahead and... we're going to end this video so I can get it uploaded, and then we will come back and decorate this little part and then do the other little thing. But, ouch. Y'all have the gist of it, and so that way I can get it uploaded in time so it can be there today, because, yes, I am behind. I thought yesterday I was going to get caught back up, but nope, John was late getting home, so we were late with everything that we did. So, and then, like I said, this one I just used a different little piece of ephemera from the kit in there. And then I need to make another little card. And this is what it looks like. And then there's room that you can either decorate here, or you could put another little pocket on here if you want to put another little tuck spot. I just didn't know if, I didn't know if that was going to make it so bulky, but I think it might be all right. So, well, there we go. That is our inspired by Dee Dee Farago. Dee Dee Farago. And I will try to find her little link. And then this is this label is from the ephemera kit also. I think it's from the Spring Sings, maybe. Either Spring Definitions or Spring Sings. And then I will find her video and link it up there. All right. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing some of your time with me. Thanks for sharing some of your day with me. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this brought some inspiration, and I hope you give it a try. It's really not that hard, and you probably don't have to do all the measuring, but I just wanted to make sure that, you know, when I made them, I can make them all the same way. And so I, you know, had to write that on my prototype. And so there we go. All right, so I will see y'all in the next video. Here's lots of kisses, lots of love. Y'all have a great day and a blessed day, and I will see y'all later. Bye, guys.